OK， 那今天就继续跑，因为那个联机赛好像第2天我不小心就直接打掉了，所以就今天继续跑任务。我收到了克拉拉的讯息，我应该先看给你们看。克拉拉这里，我看看哦，这个。
Oh, it's you. I wanted to show you something. These little fellas. Yes, he's Pascal.
Hello, hello, hello! Long time no see!
Long time no see. Today, weather, great.
Thank you. Long time no see. Big sister friend, Clara friend.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Something strange has happened. Mr. Svarog helped to format Pascal and integrate him into the base network. But after that, I discovered that whenever I mention your name to Mr. Svarog, these guys at the base would get really happy. Look how excited they are about you. I've never met anyone for the first time that was so happy to see me.
等一下，克拉拉跟史瓦罗谈到我们，原来你们平时会谈到我们，真让人惊讶。
I was wondering, is it because they share Pascal's emotions? Yeah, it's like Pascal is always with us. It's a nice feeling, just like the one I had before.
趁生命气息逗留，这个不是那个吗？趁花香逗留那个那个任务，从来没有找到2个过。多少罗，你是可以对话的，对吗？哎，哦，没有别的对话。其实我觉得史瓦罗的配音挺帅的，可惜就是对话不多。那么这边结束之后，去解第3次的大铁道之夜，到底要有多少题目？你们不是？你不是在教你的徒弟吗？你变成在教我了。你是不是出题出上瘾？我看看哦，3轨的。好，这不能这样。但好像不管怎么样都会导到那边。看一下，有办法？哦，没办法，那不能这样做。所以就是说，这个还蛮好。 还可以这样停，是不是？好，谢谢你给我一个全新的想法。OK， 然后先转，再转，不对，再转，再转 ，OK， 对。变轨，然后再变轨。哦，真我没想到插入果然是可以。不是说最后了吗？哪有？看3辆，看一下，有没有比较快一台送过去了？我知道你是对的，但是我现在不知道你在哪。哎，我以为我多移动了一个人。然后变动，然后把这移动到最后。应该会好走一点。少换到一个。我应该庆幸还好，他没有限制那个推动次数。所以它需要3辆载满。它是可以这样，可以。 还是简单暴力的多了。第二会不会默默在心里想说我们在干嘛？学习服饰。下一个就是要跟伊鲁瓦约会了。
If there's no danger here, then I'm needed elsewhere.
It's 100%.
嗯？到我工坊有留下来的礼物。哦，临阵这里。往走的地方。对，这里吧，这才对，这个。对，哪里？好哦，蛮厉害的。好像就这个了吧，没有看到其他的。OK， 回去。
It's getting late. Where to now?
100.
Where did they get to? Ah! Speak of the devil. I was just wondering when you might show up. Don't worry, there's enough to go around. On the house, order whatever you like. There's something I need your help with. I had to make it up to you somehow. Looks like we're not the only ones who wanted afternoon tea today, though. We'll have to stand up for the time being. Don't drink too much, or you won't be able to sleep tonight. Anyway, about the something I needed your help with. Well, you're clearly better traveled than I am, and I know how generous you are. I feel embarrassed to ask now. How can I put this? If I remember correctly, you, March, and Don Hong came here on that train. The Astral Express, right? I was wondering, is the train accepting new passengers? Well, it's just... the dust has settled now. The Stellaron problem has been resolved, and... Cacolia... Forget it. It's nothing. Forget I said anything. You see, there's not much left for me here except to carry on repairing equipment in the workshop. I like practicing the guitar, and performances are fun, but the crowds are pretty small. Besides, I'm a researcher. How could I not get excited about the chance to explore new worlds up close? Everyone gets tired of living in small places like Bellabog after a few years, right? Okay. I'm counting on you. I know this is a lot to ask out of the blue, so apologies in advance. This is a pretty big ask.
总觉得哪里怪
Nico
怪。
Serval. I better send Himiko a text and ask about the request. Or I guess I could ask Mr. Yang. Or Pom Pom. Who's the best one to ask?
不好意思，我要选瓦尔特。但我觉得瓦尔特应该会叫我去问地址，或者是问帕姆吧。
Let's send a message to Mr. Yang.
杨叔在吗？在吗？杨叔。杰帕德，快用你浑身的力气去阻止你姐离开。你的4000防御就是该在这个时候用上。你还真的出现。
You should go and talk to Lady Bronya, Serval. It was her personal invite after all.
I know. Let me think about it.
Perfect timing. Please, talk some sense into her.
I knew it. That's just it. There is no deal.
Serval, I understand your reluctance to rejoin the Silvermane Guards. But Lady Bronya values your talent, and she sees how much you could contribute to the rejuvenation of Belobog. So I came to talk to you about it. In any case, you should at least pay her a visit.
Okay, I get it. I'll make a trip to Klipoth Fort and tell Bronya what I really think. Sorry, I need to get this over with. Let me know what they said when I get back.
Same old Serval. Sorry, my head's still in the argument. It's like this. As you know, my sister used to be one of the research team leads in the Silvermane Guard's technology division. Stellarons were her main area of research. But her expertise went far beyond Stellarons. She was, and still is, well versed in mechanical engineering, and immediately after her succession, Lady Bronya set her sights on Serval's talents. The Supreme Guardian wants her to resume her technological research and be a shining light for the revitalization of Belobog. However, you saw her attitude just now. I doubt her meeting with Lady Bronya will change anything. It'll probably just leave them both feeling dejected. I think there's more than one element to it. My intuition tells me this is mostly linked to Madame Cocolia's passing. Never mind. It's just a personal hunch. I've never been good at reading my sister's mind.
你都提了，你为什么不讲？哦，百合大好。
I can tell the two of you have a close bond. If you get the chance, see if you can persuade her to open up about it. Hand on heart, I wouldn't want to see her sitting behind a desk in Klipoth Fort and sighing all day either. Belobog is too small a place for a mind as inquisitive as Serval's. Maybe it would be better for her to join you on your journey. I'll admit, I'm a little worried about how she plans on getting all this across to Lady Bronya. Are you busy? Let's go and wait for her in front of Klipoth Fort. You know what I mean. Doesn't seem like they've finished talking yet. I hope it's not turning into a shouting match. Let's go in.
I understand your circumstances, Serval. I respect your choice. It was my mistake to make an unwarranted request without considering your own wishes. Allow me to offer you my apologies. I hope you don't take this matter to heart.
No need, Bronya. You're a Supreme Guardian now. Don't let a little thing like this... Besides, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I've put my own personal reasons ahead of Belobog's reconstruction.
I get it, Serval. After all, you and Mother... Sorry, I don't mean to open up old wounds. But there's something I need to ask you. This guitar, I found it after going through Mother's old things.
我很确定这是希鲁瓦的希鲁瓦用的东西，然后换个配色，我很确定。
She was never a music lover, so I thought this might be connected to you.
这个时候的表情气质就还不错。
Cocolia. Cocolia, you...
Huh?
It's nothing. You're right, it does belong to me. In fact, it once belonged to me and Cocolia. It was our shared treasure. If you don't mind, Branya, could I take it back to the workshop?
他这个时候说，比起财产，英文好像比较接近于是宝藏之类的意思吧。
Of course. I'm sure there's a story behind it. But that's between you and Mother. I won't pry. I hope you have an amazing journey, Serval. Do remember to visit home when you get the chance.
I will. Thank you, Branya. I assume you heard our conversation just now. I didn't expect her to be so open-minded. And she didn't even try to persuade me to stay. She didn't summon me just to return the guitar, did she?
I wouldn't rule it out. She's good at reading people's minds. She would have known that you'd never set foot in Klapoth Fort voluntarily.
After all these years, I never thought I'd set eyes on this guitar again. Guess we're stuck with each other. Well, it'll take a while to tell. When we were in cadet school, Cocolia and I were notoriously disruptive. We were always coming up with the next crazy invention. We called it exploring the infinite possibilities of new technologies. This guitar was one of those inventions. Cocolia came up with a name. The Super Electromagnetic Flux Player, or electric guitar for short. Don't believe me? Let me tell you, Cocolia and I shared a similar way of thinking back in the day. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I liked it at the time. It was a rock and roll name. I told you it'd take a while to tell the story. Let's get back to the workshop first. By the way, want to help me pack my bags? Huh? That melody.
That's one of yours, right?
I didn't think many people liked that one. Seems the city might have a few nice memories of me after I'm gone. Well, it's getting late. Let's head back. There's no place like home. I never feel completely free out there. Japard, can you lend your dear sister a hand? Help me pack my bags.
Am I allowed to refuse? This place, just looking around gives me a headache.
Okay, I promise this is the last time. I'm about to go traveling with her. Who knows how long it'll be before I can visit home again. You should help me pack while you still have the chance.
Fine. I'll give you a hand.
也怕是听起来有点难。
You just need to make yourself at home. You've done plenty of work already.
And I thought I was messy.
比我的还乱。
Looks like Japard's got his work cut out for him.
Well, let's see. Yes. A Silvermane Guard standard issue portable heater. It's broken though.
It's a family heirloom. Belonged to Rhonda once. You should take care of it.
I wanted to keep it with me. But that's the problem with old things. The less you use them, the easier they break. Besides, no one's paying me to fix it, right? Hey, wait a minute. Didn't I teach you a few machine overhaul skills? Want to practice on this old antique?
Here we go again. Like I said, let bygones be bygones.
The principle behind this machine and the one you fixed when you first came to the workshop is the same. You'll understand when you see it. So, I'll leave this one to you. In return, how about I tell you the backstory behind it? I knew you were a reliable apprentice. Think about it. You helped me fix my machine the first time you came here, and now you're helping me the last time too. That's called having a beginning and an end, right?
Well done for putting up with her for this long.
Wow, great job. Like I said, a reliable apprentice. As promised, let me tell you the story behind this little heater. Its original owner was an ancestor of the Landau family, Rhonda Landau. She was one of our great heroes who participated in the defense of Belobog 700 years ago. The records tell that during the decisive battle, she led 2 Silvermane Guard brigades. She engaged the enemy for 4 full days and nights in the fight for the city. I still have the newspaper clippings from that time.
"700-year-old newspaper clippings? That seems a little unlikely. I'd take that with a grain of salt. Even if they do exist, odds are she lost them.
The clippings aren't the point. What I'm trying to say to you is that we have a lot of talent in the Landau family.
Take responsibility for your choices and the people of Belobog. Every Landau is driven by that ethos.
Since you're so curious, I'll give you the whole story. This guitar was actually given to me as a birthday present by Cocolia a long time ago. I came up with the design, but I was never able to build it. Some of the raw materials were either too expensive or too hard to get a hold of. She helped me turn the concept into reality. Quick as lightning, always keeping her word. That was her way of doing things. Back then, I thought we'd be friends for life.
If it was a gift, why was it in Madame Cocolia's office?
I don't think anyone realized, but back then we were so close we didn't even differentiate between each other's possessions. We lived in the same dormitory, went to the same school together every day, ate together, whiled away the time together, and occasionally talked about music together, though it wasn't something she was overly familiar with. That's how things were until the day we fell out. A lot of our shared possessions never left her office again. I was always looking forward to the day she'd return this guitar. I thought that would be the day we could bury the hatchet. Now that I think about it, perhaps I was too naive. She'd probably forgotten it even existed. And that's the only Cocolia you guys ever got to know, huh? Always ahead of everyone else, never looking back, even for a second. She put it all out of her mind. Me and every memory to do with me. You think so too?
Let bygones be bygones, sister.
How did the conversation get so heavy again? No good. Let's talk about something interesting. You know something, Japard? That guitar case in your hand and my guitar? They're both from the same prototype, the super electromagnetic flux player.
I never knew your guitar had a connection to me, too. Quite the story.
Oh, that? It's a botanical specimen. Little Lynxie sent it during one of her research trips. As for the name, I can't quite recall.
Snowman's palm. And little Lynxie is the youngest sister of the Landau family, by the way.
Ah, yes. Snowman's palm. My memory's the worst.
It's the only plant here that looks like it's still alive.
Hey, watch it! Anyway, this specimen means a lot to me, so I'm bringing it with me. Thanks for the reminder.
我记得他们两个好像都有把植物养死的记录。
Oh, that's a letter I was gonna send to my mom. I haven't even finished writing it. There's nothing personal in it. Have a read if you like.
You're still writing to Mom and Dad?
Only to Mom. You know, I still don't get along with Dad.
You know, Serval, if you're really leaving Belobog for a while, you should pay them a visit first.
I'll think about it. That should be everything. Finally. I think I must have left cadet school with about the same amount.
No easy job. Serval, I want to ask you again. Do you really want to leave Belobog and go with the Trailblazers?
Of course. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I can't miss it. What's wrong, Japard? Oh, I see. Can't let go of your dear old sister, huh?
Forget it. I don't want to complicate things for you.
这种时候诚实一点会比较好。
But before you leave, I have one last request to make. The garrison is heading down to the underworld soon, to survey the situation around Boulder Town. Why don't you come with me?
Huh? You just said you didn't want to complicate things for me, and now you're sending me on a mission. Aha! You just want to spend as much time as possible with me before I go, right?
No, it's not that. I've heard there are a lot of old energy hubs in the underworld, and you're probably the only person in Belobog who knows how to inspect them. Since you're leaving one way or the other, why don't you do the people of the city one last favor before you go?
Even at a time like this, you're still thinking about the people. I don't know what to say. All right, I'll help you out. The first and last time the Landau siblings will work together.
也不算吧，如果要比打架的话，你们倒是打过挺多次。
Thanks, sis. If you have the time, could you accompany the garrison? You're Belobog's hero. I'm sure you must be popular in the underworld. The Silvermane guards will face less resistance if you come with us. Thanks. I'll contact you when the guards have finished their preparations.
I'm tired of packing. Let's leave it here for today. Thanks for your help. Oh, I drank all the tea. Why am I getting sleepy?
I'm heading back to the military zone later. Do you want to go with me? Huh? If you want my opinion, all I can say is that it's in character for her to say something and then do it without thinking. She's always been impulsive. She doesn't mind creating a headache or two along the way. If she can remedy that habit during her trip with you, then I guess it will have been worth it. Turns out I'm no good at hiding it. She's my sister. We grew up together. I'd be lying if I said I'm not going to miss her. I'm not afraid of being alone. After all, there's that, communication device you gave me. If I really miss her, I can send her a message whenever. It's more that I'm worried she won't look after herself properly. Then again, with capable people like you as travel companions, I'm probably overthinking things. It's getting late. Let's get ready to move. Agreed. As soon as you're packed.
这边反而没有语音，一出去，支持孩子。
You're here. Thanks again for agreeing to this. You're not wrong. It's only been a few minutes. The highest priority for today is establishing good negotiations with the Chief of Wildfire. I'm about to get that process underway. Serval was a little delayed on the way over, but that doesn't affect our schedule. Let's set off.
Hold up, I wasn't that late.
Negotiations will be held in the Boulder Town Clinic. Serval and I are newcomers, so you'll have to lead the way. The underworld isn't exactly how I remember it.
Feels like we're not getting many friendly looks, huh?
Well, well, well. I don't think our little clinic has ever played host to an occasion like this.
We meet again, Mr. Oleg.
Oleg will do, son. Oh, you. You probably won't know. Our young Silvermane friend here and I had the pleasure of speaking to each other at a certain Guardian succession ceremony. We're not complete strangers. But as for this young lady...
The name's Serval. I'm, an ex-engineer from the technology division, and Japard's sister? Pleasure to meet you, Chief.
Likewise, miss. The more the merrier. And it's good to have you here again. It bothered me and Natasha that we never arranged a formal welcome for you. Once we're done talking, you must all join us for a meal.
We'd be honored. But to your point, Oleg, let's finish our discussions first.
Quite right. Let's head inside. Too much commotion out here.
Huh. So she's your sister. The Landau family is full of talented young people, I see.
You're worried that Underworlders might still hold a grudge against the Silvermane guards. So you want to show your solidarity with the Trailblazers to build some trust. Seems like a sound strategy to me.
Rebuilding trust between the two worlds has always been a priority for Lady Bronya. People here must have felt abandoned by the guards after the passage was sealed off. If we were to simply take over the underworld in the name of the Supreme Guardian, I can only imagine how people would react.
Seems like you have a good handle on the situation. I see now why you made captain at such a young age.
So, you're also saying the guards want to work with Wildfire and use our reputation to win back people's support, correct?
I wouldn't use those exact words, but that is more or less what we want to achieve.
If that's the case, I've got a question for you. Since this offer comes from those who left us to our fate for more than a decade, how would you react if Wildfire refused? Would you use force?
She's not trying to be diplomatic about it, is she? Choose your words wisely, Jeppy.
The barrier between the surface and the underground was the product of the former Supreme Guardian's misjudgment and the policies that resulted from it. The people of Belobog should have stood together, but instead, we were made to blame and hate one another. Lady Bronya wants Belobog to heal, so the Silvermane Guards need to regain the people's trust. But we won't achieve that by kicking doors open and policing everyone around. As a grassroots organization, Wildfire did an extraordinary job maintaining order for over a decade in the absence of the guards. I can only imagine how much work you put in to protect the underworld. I can assure you that the guards are not here to seize power. If it takes time for the people to trust us, so be it. We're willing to take small measures and serve as an auxiliary force to Wildfire to help maintain peace. I hope you can see that everything we do to rebuild trust and make Belobog work for all.
I've never really seen this side of him before. The more you learn.
That's an answer I can accept. Oleg, what do you think?
I think there's no need for the guessing game to continue. It's obvious we share the same goal. With the help of Bronya, Serval, and Shepard, we're one step closer to rebuilding a united Belobog.
I agree. Tell Bronya that Wildfire will work with the Silvermane Guards on security matters. However, things aren't simple down here. Please also tell her to draw up plans in case the situation demands...
Monsters! Monsters from the Fragmentum! They're swarming toward the town!
Not good. Stay here, Natasha. The patients need you. The soldiers and I will handle this.
Understood. We'll be counting on you.
Everyone rushed outside. I should probably see what's happening.
Please, help my friends! The monsters invaded the mine. Please, you have to save my friends. Otherwise, those things would tear them apart.
Don't worry. The Silvermane Guards are trained for these situations. Where do we find them?
The Great Mine! The one with the big ore vein!
Understood. I'll send my men to set up a perimeter and start the rescue operation right away. Mr. Oleg, please entrust the Silvermane Guards with the rescue. The defense of Boulder Town will need Wildfire's expertise. Watch out for ambushes, and be ready to receive wounded soldiers.
You're a natural-born commander. Understood. Leave it to me, son. Your troops will be unfamiliar with the layout of the mine. I'll send some of my men to be your guides.
Thank you. In the name of the preservation, I promise we'll do everything we can to save lives. I'll go on ahead and lead the troops to the mine. Catch up to us when you can.
因为我的裙子是破土的。
I couldn't get a word in while they were talking. A duty-bound soldier and a resistance leader. It's hard to be rock and roll in front of people like that. You know, maybe I need to put my inner struggles in a broader context. You're right. I've probably been idle for too long. It's easy to get stuck in your own head. It's just... I see people fighting for their lives, and here I am thinking about how to escape. I feel guilty about that.
我觉得相比星野，确实希路啊现在不够摇滚。
Wait a minute. Was that Japard's plan all along? Use guilt to make me stay? That's true. Anyway, since he asked for help, it's time to give those monsters a shock. You know the way to the Great Mine, right? Let's catch up with Japard when you're ready. That's all you needed to say. Let's go.
Put all artillery units on standby. Wait for my command to bombard enemy positions and cover our infantry advance. We have a choke point here. Tell all infantry units to switch to double line formation. Close quarters in front, gunners behind. Remember, get the wounded out as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Ah, you're here. Get ready. We need to help the infantry lines drive deep into the mine. The back of the mine has been secured, which gives us a forward base to send in supplies. The Silvermane Wildfire Combined Regiment is conducting rescue missions as they advance. The battle is fierce. I need to get to the front line. I'll leave the command post to my officers.
I don't know much about warfare, but I don't see why a commander needs to lead the charge. The situation here is totally different from the restricted zone. Japard, let me and her clear the way for you. You should stay in your command post.
Thanks, Serval, but please trust my judgment on this. I made a promise to Mr. Oleg to save as many people as possible. I have to see to it myself.
There's no stopping you once you've made up your mind. Fine. We'll do it your way.
Let's move out. We need to clear a way for Wildfire and the guards. All civilians, please go to the bridge immediately. The Silvermane guards have set up a defensive perimeter. You'll be safe there.
There's a monster heading this way. What should we do, Japard?
Bring it down. We need to cover the retreat.
Wait for the tiles. Stay calm. My turn.
I'm on guard.
It made it easy for us, but we can't let our guards down. It's safe here. Let's move on.
Fight to win. Choose my strike. Wow! Gotcha.
是有没有那么衰？
We're on a roll. Yeah.
Is that all you got? Let me pay you back tenfold!
Wait for the tiles. Wow! Gotcha. My turn.
Japard, look. The miners have put up a makeshift defensive line.
Are you the Silvermane Guard?
That's right. We're evacuating the miners together with Wildfire. Are there any other civilians up ahead?
The Silvermane Guards and Wildfire are working together now? Oh, civilians. I saw a girl run out from our defensive position just now. My brother went after her, but they haven't come back.
Understood. I'll bring them back. The guards and Wildfire have set up defenses on the bridge. You should head over.
Thank you. Please, bring them back to safety.
Oh no! Monsters are coming this way!
Leave the battle to us. You need to fall back.
Okay. Thank you for saving us.
Luck of the draw. Freeze and victory!
Nothing can stop me.
I'm Lance Ablaze. Lance forward!
Choose some
Is that all you? Let me pay you back. Tenfold!
Wow, my turn. Let me pin your... Come on. Gotcha.
Let's keep searching for the missing girl and the miner.
Is it me or is it cold here?
Yeah. Wow. My turn.
Is that all you got? Let me pay you back. Tenfold!
Lance Ablaze. Lance forward!
Luck of the draw. Freeze and victory! My turn. You don't look so good.
Haven't learned your lesson?
Choose some strike. You don't look so good. Wait a minute!
I'm fine.
Lance at the ready.
Thank you.
We're on a
Fight to win.
Wait for the tiles. Stay calm. My turn.
其实我一直在想，那个主角的大招就那个放岩枪的那个大招，有人把男女的图片放在一起，就发现它其实是可以合在一起的。那为什么就是男女主角为什么不能一起登场？就是有点像共生体的感觉。就我想想，就有点类似双子那样。虽然你平时可以只能控一个人，但你可以自己选控男或控女，但是你剧情上就是两个人都在。像有的时候他们内心想些什么的时候，还可以有所对话，只是变成名字你要选两个。像比起那个旭跟 he 可以变成 len， 这样不是也挺好的吗
？They're in danger. Let's go.
Feeling lucky. A little something for everyone.
Will of preservation.
但我觉得应该是不需要这么多了。
Luck of the draw. Please. And... victory!
Is that all you got? Let me pay you back. Tenfold! Lance ablaze! Lance forward! Nothing can stop me.
Choose one strike.
Barely felt it.
Come on. Gotcha. Stay calm. My turn. You don't look...
Lance at the ready. Ha!
You two, it's too dangerous here. Find the Silvermane guards and Wildfire at the bridge. They'll protect you.
Okay. Thank you. Xeno, take my hand. Let's get out of here.
It's so cold here.
The monsters have gotten stronger somehow. I don't remember them being this difficult.
Thank goodness we got here in time. If we'd arrived any later...
And that's one brave little girl. You were like that at her age too.
Huh? I wouldn't go that far. I only had Dad to deal with. He could be fierce, but nothing like the monsters here. Besides, my problem with him wasn't that he was a strict father. I just couldn't believe that he never lifted a finger to oppose Kokolia's order to seal the passageway. Vowing to protect the Underworlders in one breath, and then deciding they deserve to be abandoned in the next? Family code of conduct. What a joke.
Father was a soldier. He wasn't supposed to question the orders from his superiors. Never mind. I know I sound like I'm defending him, and I don't want to make you angry. At least now we've got the chance to right the wrongs.
I'm angry just thinking about it. Looking back, I'm glad I left home early.
Running away doesn't solve the problem. It's been ages since you two had those fights, but you still can't let it go.
两位，你们不是在救人吗？怎么在这里闲聊了起来？
I'm not trying to change your mind. I just want to know that your choice to leave this planet is a result of having thought things through. Not because you're trying to run away from something.
My choice.
Sorry, I sound like Dad.
Don't worry about it. I get what you're trying to say. I do. It's just... I need some time. Let's focus on the business at hand. That miner we met said his brother came this way. We should look around.
Okay. Be careful, though. I sense a drop in temperature. Something's not right. It could mean something we haven't encountered before is waiting for us. Stay on your toes.
These monsters are tough. I need to find those kids.
Hey, did you just scare off a Fragmentum monster?
Kind of. There was one on its own. I managed to chase it away. Speaking of which, you came from that direction, right? Did you see two little kids, a girl and her brother? What? Quick! I knew I...
Easy. They went back to safety. They'll be okay now. You should head back to the bridge too. The guards and Wildfire have set up a safe zone there.
Thank you. Oh, I heard there's a powerful monster down the road, some kind of...
Thanks for the intel. We'll be careful. I think he was right about the monster. You two, no sudden moves.
还真的是守护者之影。
I've seen this type of monster a few times near the restricted zone. Ready? Here we go. Wait, don't get too close. Something's not right.
Huh? What is it?
These monsters are usually eager to fight. You're guaranteed a fierce battle if you see one in the Fragmentum. But this one doesn't seem concerned about us. This could be a trap. I'm not sure either. I just have a feeling that something's different.
The air... It's so so cold.
Stellaron promises Serval.
Did it just talk?
Steady. Get ready to counter its attack.
Can Jeopard not hear that?
Jeopard, Serval, Londo.
Did it just say Jeopard and Serval?
That noise! Do fragmentum monsters usually sound like this?
Talking? I just hear white noise. Wait, you understand it?
Our names? What's happening here?
I heard rumors about this kind of monster. Shadows in the fragmentum that assume human form are echoes of the will of past guardians. If the rumors are true, could it be?
Kaguya, you just won't stop haunting me. I try everything to put the past behind me, and yet you always manage to creep up again. Kaguya, you witch! You've terminated my research and ruined my life. What else do you want to take away from me?
Calm down, Serval. It's just a fragmentum illusion.
All that time we spent together, was any of it real? It was so easy for you to just leave this world behind. Don't you at least owe me an explanation?
Serval!
Londo, stand down. There is no place for you. The promised new world.
Sister, I know you want Madame Cocolia to respond. But this thing in front of us is our enemy. It was born out of the evil gathered in the fragmentum. You won't get answers from it. Fight with us, sister. Let's dispel the shadow of the past once and for all. Of course, if you're not yet able to confront the past, then she and I will fight for you until your heart is ready.
You two. I'm sorry, brother. I always make you worry when things get serious. But I see what you're doing. Reverse psychology, huh? Well, seeing as we've come this far, Cocolia, let's settle this bad blood right here, right now.
Luke. Wait for the tiles.
Let me pay you back. Tenfold!
Choose from strike. Come on.
I'm fine. Lance of the room. Thank you. Lance ablaze. Lance forward!
Wait for the tiles. They got my turn.
Your number is up. I'm fine. Thank you.
Serval. Why do you all have to stand?
The temperature is returning to normal. The monsters are retreating. I think it's safe to say that the shadow of Madame Cocolia was the reason for this invasion. The other anomalies we experienced were probably also a direct result. Whatever the case, we've managed to avert a crisis. Are you okay? Indeed it was. We're lucky to have an experienced fighter like you who can adapt to different enemies. It would have taken us much longer to fight off the shadow without you. Serval, how are you feeling?
I feel like something heavy had all that noise before it perished. Did you catch what it said? Oh, shame. I guess it doesn't matter. From here on out, I'm over that woman.
I can tell you mean it this time. I'm happy for you, Serval. Looks like we accomplished our mission. You two should head over to Natasha's place and check in on the wounded.
Sure. Come find us later at the clinic. Let's leave Japar to his business.
我宁愿当做自己没听清楚，也不想要说谎，或者说，应该说不想欺骗吧，或者说实话也不太想讲，毕竟在不知道的情况下讲出实话有点太不准确。毕竟他说是裂界产生的一个幻影。
I see. Thanks for bringing me up to speed. The clinic has been busy while you were gone. We've treated many people, soldiers and civilians alike. All in all, I owe everyone a big thank you. It would have been much harder if Wildfire had operated alone. Thanks to Captain Japar, we managed to keep our losses to a minimum. I'm sure people will begin to appreciate the Silvermane Guards after this battle. How could I forget about you two? We couldn't have done it without your help.
You're too kind. They deserve the real credit. I doubt I'd have come back in one piece without them.
Sounds like you went through a lot of danger. Are you hurt, Miss Serval? I can have a look if you like.
I'm alright, don't worry. Everything worked out eventually. Let's wait for the rest of them to get back.
Miss Natasha, we've returned.
Is that Japar?
Mr. Oleg has a pretty good handle on what's needed in the mine. He's arranging for rescue teams and supplies to be sent over. He won't be back for a while.
Looks like you guys have the situation under control. Thank you. I'd love to sit down and chat with all of you, but I still have a backlog of patients to see. Oh, there was a girl and her brother who said you saved their lives. You might want to check on them and see how they're doing.
Natasha's right. We should make sure those children are all right.
Come on, drink it up and you'll feel better.
But there's smoke coming out of it.
It's you. You saved us from the monsters in the mine. You guys are Silvermane Guards from the overworld, right? If you hadn't been there, we would have... I'll think of a way to repay you. I'll get a job and... Thanks. We can manage our daily expenses.
Mom and Dad went somewhere far away a long time ago. Haven't come back yet.
They'll come back one day, Zeno.
So, you're looking after your brother on your own?
Not really. It's my responsibility as a sister. I'm just worried that with all these monster invasions, my brother is too young to survive in the underworld. To think he might have to live on his own.
The misjudgment of the former Supreme Guardian isolated the underworld for more than a decade. But under Lady Bronya's leadership, the Silvermane Guards will atone for past mistakes and bring relief to the people. From now on, you don't need to worry about the safety of your family.
Captain Japar,
Taking care of yourself is hard enough under these circumstances, let alone if you have a brother to look after. Zeno, right?
Yes, Mr. Captain.
You're still young, so you need to stay under your sister's wing. But when you grow up, remember to use what you've learned to protect her. Be there when she needs you, and listen to her when she feels vulnerable. She'll do the same for you.
Okay, sir. I'll protect my sister when I grow up.
Thank you, Captain Shepard. Zeno and I will remember your word.
You know, I'm pretty good at turning a happy... If you're not too tired, Shepard, can I talk to you for a moment? What you said back there.
Of course I did. And it wasn't some last-minute speech I cobbled together. It's how I've always felt. We can't always face problems alone and build walls to keep people out. We need to learn to rely on others. Especially those we care about the most.
I know what you're up to, Jeppy.
Huh? What do you mean?
You made it sound like you were talking to those kids. But you were talking to me. Who's building that wall now?
Well, a Landau just called out a Landau.
Shepard. Change of plan. I've decided to stay in Belobog.
Serval, I just want you to know that I would have supported your decision.
I know that, Shepard. Don't worry. I've thought this one through for a change. What you said was the last piece of the puzzle for me. I suddenly realized that my decision to leave was just me trying to run away from my problems. I've always found it hard to handle complex relationships. Be it Cocolia or my family. The first thought I have when things don't work out is to run away. Starting from today, that's no longer the case. After all, I'm not doing this on my own, right?
Right.
If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have had any idea about the hardships people were going through in the underworld. It made me feel like maybe I could help a little. I have one last thing that I want to see the Stellaron. I want to see the place where Cocolia sacrificed herself.
Say no more. We'll go with you.
Oh, but before that, I need to go back to the workshop and get something. It's all right. I've got Shepard with me.
这虽然说我是不怕冷啊，不过
It's cold here. Is this the Stellaron imprisonment device? They had such advanced technology back in the day. Impressive.
This is where Madame Cocolia died.
She gave something back in death. I wanted to come here to perform for Cocolia. I'm glad you guys are here to witness it. Not the nicest spot for a show. And the equipment could be better.
The stage is yours, sister.
Look at me, Cocolia. Don't you dare look away. Because I will no longer live in your shadow!
Happy?
Happy. I just wish I could have seen the look on her face. Shame. Well, that's all from me. Thanks for sticking by my side throughout all of this. As for tonight, let's go to old Gerda's place and have a big feast to celebrate.
So, you're getting the tab?
你们两个居然是一起的！有看到街趴的，你怎么在这里
Apologies. I've been busy lately, so I had to put off the express tour for a while. Here we are, finally. It's because we're friends that I feel a little guilty. What should we see next? Do we just follow the express tour route? All right, lead the way. I'm honored to be invited aboard the express. Truly, I'm not just being polite with you.
OK， 可以去仙舟了。先从第一个地方开始。我记得我们当时进去的时候是在哪里呀？北新港。可能我们从中枢开始好了，找个地方开始。这里。
It's getting late. Where to now?
Tusk pear wrap, song lotus cake, guaranteed delicious.
不可名状的本本，有 CD 跟卡带。好看的垃圾。网云秀，哦，服装店。演员的名字真好用。
Chespeare wrap, song lotus cake, guaranteed delicious. Chespeare wrap, song lotus cake, guaranteed delicious.
拜土地。
guaranteed delicious.
特别仙的姐姐。999朵都名紫月姬。像极了这个人的爱情，没有结果，可怜了。小零件，感觉是之前拿到。哦，有没有这种义务换了更多废物？ 仙人快乐茶。无美丽，驰名石调，驰名唱，仙州人唱侠胆侠肝义胆，胡人唱惩奸除恶，驰名唱大业罪成。这本书就放在这，不能让我收集起来。打字。
Storytelling is such an outdated art form.
There are people who like it. Who cares what you think?
Storytelling is such an outdated art form.
There are people who like it. Who cares what you think?
那你坐在这里干嘛？弩弓的爱弓，并非真正的弓箭。 旅行篇出道仙舟。这东西也太难喝了。
Did I just get scammed?
玉石店。这里就有解释预兆是什么。我记得上次问预兆是什么，好像得到的答案是预兆就是预兆。其实只有这么轻。嗯，让我看看。哦，
I'm scared, sir.
你们在干嘛？哦，和尚。 他们都要取一个看起来很厉害的名字。好。一页一次。对，我们约定好，你我的开拓之旅永远不停息。
Fun is for them. What am I even doing here?
特殊人。1秒钟事故痛苦天哪！原来是抓罚单的。
Fun is for them.
印地。无忧塔。是。嗯。
Whoa, what are you doing here?
你不是会是要来抓我回去的吗？你们还是互相记下了对方的名字，太可怕了。哦，这里还挺漂亮的。仙舟有6、7艘舰，这会不会有点多？ 哦，这是持明。不过这样子是怎么去？有点好奇，这里有点难走。钓鱼单品不包括电鱼。哦，嗯，不会，他就是那个小孩，那个小孩看到的事。对不对？是仙女还是哦？有可能不是。广告。
When it first opened, the Petrichor Inn had another name.
游云逆旅，将他的名字改掉，太难念。仙舟的观光客。 怎么好像如果是持明啊，告诉
Nothing in this report makes sense.
我记得这里是那个是成功啊，可是我记得我好像来过这里。储存者。你也教仙舟人仙舟做事。嗯。啊！原来是要把你解决掉。把你送走，我就可以开心。哎。 对。哎，是他，他真的来了。
This year they only exported 1.5.
You think you're that good, huh? Why don't you just sail the Lafu away?
是甲基跟乙。可惜如空不能对我，还御空啊！我有些不太确定他的名字到底怎么念。好想回去问艾斯达，那个人为什么会在这里？
It's getting late. Where to now?
哎，没法问，我先走了。刚去了这边，不管什么，从这边也一路走，再绕。
It's getting late. Where to now?
From inside the pilot house came the general's battle cry.
"很多人在这边有来过。 放生帮。 哇哦！你还是把我抓起来吧。
It's getting late. Where to now?
等一下，是可以这样的吗？我们这样不算行骗吗？嗯？也许能扔进某个湖里。 不是这个地方，往这丢。哎呀，好嘞。果然是书店。
Test pear wrap, song lotus cake, guaranteed delicious.
也要变质过程也是蛮厉害。这边应该都躺。这边，这书店在这附近。
It's getting late. Where to now?
Wait, so you're still reading traditional literature? Move on already! Web novels are the way forward. Wait, so you're still reading traditional literature? Wait, so you're still reading traditional literature? Move on already! Web novels are the way forward.
Really?真的我已经买了。你已经是第27个来问这件事情。林渊镜，林渊镜我们好像现在还不能去，先去把东西换掉。
It's getting late. Where to now?
礼尚往来。
It's getting late. Where to now?
长乐天回新港。OK， 我应该没有漏掉其他地方。今天先到这好了。对，仙舟下一个地方再等过几天吧，或明天之类的都有可能。那就这样，拜拜。